Welcome to Fire Virgo Tarot. I am a tarot reader and intuitive. Shout out to all my lovely Fire Virgos. All right, Virgo, so let me tell you, we got a remorseful something here. All right, so I feel like who you're dealing with is been reflecting more heavily than lately. If you have not checked out the last reading, you need to, because it could have something to do with that. Okay, it could have something to do with a new love coming into your life, or your person feeling it or knowing it. All right, because we're going to get into them in a minute, but your overall energy when it comes to this person is the Ten of Cups. Right now, usually the Ten of Cups has a beautiful connotation, right? Two people who have merged together. There's love. There's that happily ever after. There are even children in the picture, or things that you two have created together that otherwise you would not have done on your own. But the reason why I'm tempted to give it the second message, which for me as a reader, I've come to feel like the Ten of Cups carries as well, especially in the Light Seers deck, which is this feeling of too good to be true, or something that only exists in a dream state. There's a part of this relationship dynamic here, Virg, where you felt like, damn, like I don't think that this is sustainable, or I don't think that we'll really make it. I think you were really optimistic. I think you would have liked to believe that, but there was always something below the surface that was nagging at you that made you feel like, maybe this is not gonna work. I don't know if it's really gonna work, because I don't know, Virgo. It just seemed like there was never real steps to make it real. What is this? Why am I getting that energy? Why am I getting that energy for my Virgo? Okay, we have the Page of Cups, bottom deck, Six of Swords. I feel like as soon as love would start to bud in this relationship here, Virgo, as soon as it was like, oh, this is cute, they texting me consistently, I'm blushing, I'm feeling fantastic, it feels like it's really going to be something. Shortly after you had realizations like that, that's when the connection kind of either just stopped, or someone moved on from the other, or whatever it was, there was no explanation to why you guys kind of just went off the deep end. All right, because it's just a little bit like, damn, wait, hold on. Like, you get whiplash in a way. Like, wait, I thought everything was just good, but it wasn't. Okay, clarify the Page of Cups here. We just had 222 on the timer, Virg, so some of you guys could be seeing that. What is this Page of Cups? Yeah, the Eight of Cups. That's what I'm saying. Thank you, Spirit. And the Tower. So I feel like something would happen where it would just go off the deep end. And it would happen kind of quickly, even abruptly. You were not expecting things to just fail or something like that. All right, somebody could be 41 years old or turning 41. All right, but with the Eight of Cups here, this is a card of obviously still searching for that level of fulfillment. And I think, Virg, it was weird, like how you felt, because part of you was like, well, I have this person that I really care for, even if we're not in a committed relationship. Some of you guys were, some of you guys weren't. It really doesn't matter. But it felt like, you felt a very close connection with this person, but it was a weird feeling you had, because you never felt like you could stop searching for fulfillment. Because when you really find that person, when you're really content where you're at, the search stops. But for you, Virgo, it felt like you were still searching, not necessarily in other people, but in this person. It's like, I'm searching for reasons to stay. I'm searching for reasons to be connected to you. I'm searching for reasons to still like you, and it just like, I feel like because of that, it always left you with some level of unease with them. Oh, Virg, okay. All right, we're going to get more into you in a second, but I feel like I got a good grasp of where you are. Now, that first card that your person pulled with their energy toward you was, I realize all the mistakes that I've made. I'm really sensing here, Virgo, and I just got this intuitively, like I'm seeing a Virgo like holding up the phone on the other end of the phone. And it's almost like you're prying, right? You're prying. You're trying to get information out of this person that you cannot quite get, or they're not really giving it to you. They're remaining tight-lipped. They're being evasive. They're not really answering your question straight. So I feel like you remember that, or there was a situation where something like that occurred, or it felt like that was going on constantly. It felt like pulling teeth getting things out of this person. And I feel like your person is thinking back to that conversation, thinking back to that moment where you really wanted answers, or you really wanted this person to open up and they didn't. And they feel like that was one thing that they truly regret. So for some of you guys, I could be talking about a very specific instance. All right, so let me know down below in the comments. But as I clarified, because I'm like, okay, realizing your mistakes is good, right? We can afford grace for everybody, even though we might be a little bit biased because this person could be full of shit sometimes. So I understand why you might not always extend them grace. But I just wanted to see what the hell they realize, right? If you realize mistakes, and what did you realize? So then the next card that I pulled was from my truth deck here, Virgo, and then we pulled high vibrational. All right, and I smiled when I pulled this card. I liked when I pulled this card. Why? Because one thing about this connection is like the material that these two people are made out of is the same material. So it's only natural that you would attract, like a magnet, right? It's going to go to, like attracts like, pretty much is what I'm saying. So I feel like your person is realizing their mistakes because after you guys broke up, or after there was some sort of disconnect between you two, is when they realize like, whoa, me and the Virgo are so alike, or me and the Virgo really had a thing going on. Me and the Virgo had something really special going on. I also feel like this person feels like you gave them more chances than they deserved. And in some way, Virgo, that made them lose a little bit of value or a little bit of respect for you. Right? Like, and don't take it so personally, right? Just look at it, try to be impartial. Because if you think about it, if you show up late every day to work and your boss doesn't really care, you can be like, oh, I could do this shit all the time. That's a degree of losing respect, right? Because you realize I don't need to be here all the goddamn time. Why come on time if my boss isn't going to trip about me being late? I will be a fool if I came on time for what? Let me get my extra sleep. Let me pull up to Starbucks. Let me get my bagel, even though I shouldn't be eating it because my back is getting bigger. Right? But you still going to Starbucks and you're still eating that bagel and you're still clocking in late. And I feel like because your boss doesn't give you any repercussions. So the way that relates to this is like there was no repercussions for your person being on bullshit for the most part. Maybe until later. Okay, tell me more about this. What inspired them to realize the mistakes that they've made? What happened? Because something has to happen. Like a realization doesn't just come out of the sky. It does not just fall out of the sky. Something happens. Okay, we have the Queen of Cups. Bottom deck, Ten of Pentacles. I feel like, I don't know why I'm getting the word cruelty. I don't feel like this person was cruel to you, though. I feel like in some ways this person has experienced cruelty in their life. Whether it's from the earliest caregivers, from work, from just people, okay? Maybe a person has been a victim of some sort quite a few times. I don't know why I'm getting that. But I say that because it seems like as they were reminiscing about their life, they realized all the love that you gave them so freely, abundantly, easily, Virg. It was something they didn't even have to earn. And because they had no respect for something that they didn't have to earn, they didn't quite cherish it like they should have. But now that it's missing, or now that you have more standards, now that you've pulled back, they're starting to see the value of your love, right? Because sometimes you only notice things, or in some people, for whatever reason, whatever the hell goes on in their damn brain, they don't realize what they had until they no longer have it, or at least no longer have access to it. Because your person feels like you were their only shot at a Ten of Pentacles. You were their only shot at being able to truly not be toxic anymore, or I want to say not entertain toxic connections. I feel like before your person had a great history of toxicity or being in toxic connections. And I feel like you're dealing with the remnants of that. I don't feel like you got the worst version of this person, but you damn sure ain't getting the best. Not because this person's withholding the best parts of themselves, but because this is what it is. Okay, they're showing up as is. Take me as I am. You did, and you did the most, Virg. And they know it. Okay. Tell me more. Yeah, Five of Swords. Yeah, I feel like there's a part of a part of this person's past that they try to walk away from, but something about the past still has a hold on them. Whether it's literally a person they're so connected to from their past, ideals, ways of being, ways of thinking, ways of communicating, but there's something about the past that they have not quite been able to shake loose. And I feel like you have been on the receiving end, or you're seeing like the bullshit because of that. Whether it's the way this person talks to you, whether it's the way that this person doesn't really show up for you the way that you thought that they would have shown up for you. Right? Something about the past is affecting them in a negative way in this relationship. Tell me about the high vibrational card. What is this energy? Why is the high vibrational card here? Did the card flip over? No. Why is the high vibrational card here? Okay. We have the Seven of Swords. Yeah. I feel like your person is used to being like low down. Okay. I'm just going to go ahead and say it. Because how do you go from the high vibrational Seven of Swords, which is a very low vibrational card? Because this card, it could mean many things, but it tends to be a card of deceit or underhandedness, ulterior motives, right? That doesn't quite connect with high vibrational, which I find interesting because this is the energy that they were feeling about you. When I clarified, I realized all the mistakes I've made. So there is a part of them that does mingle with their higher self, but they also, I think, were in their lower self for so long that this is more of their default state, right? And I say that because they're so used to being a liar, being deceitful, having player energy to them, or not being the most upfront with their intentions, not being the most upfront with their motives, that I think when you came into their life, Virg, and when recently that they realized how special this connection was, it's something that put them in a state of, I'm getting shocked. I know that sounds dramatic, but I'm only saying that because the Tower just flashed in my mind again. And we did get that at the bottom of the deck earlier when we were discussing your person. Or, we were discussing the nature of this relationship. So I just feel like your person, it's like you were a big upgrade from what this person was dealing with, who they usually deal with, how they usually deal with them. And you were a big upgrade in terms of character as well, as it relates to your person. I feel like your person is working on their character. Maybe their character is flawed. They say if you steal, if you cheat, you'll steal. If you steal, you will kill. Right? I know that's dramatic, but just some people who lack integrity or a strong moral compass, they do shit, people who have a more put together character just would not. And it just feels like that. You make them aspire for more. It's like, damn, you make me want to change, Virg. All right, as they go out and do some shiesty shit. So I don't know. Virg. How does this person think that you view them at this time? How does this person think my Virgo feels about them right now? How do they think my Virgo feels about them? How do they think my Virgo feels about them? Okay. How do they think my Virgo views them? Okay. So feel and view are two very different things. So I wanted to make that distinction. How they think you feel about them is a Nine of Cups. They know. Remember I said like you did the most and they know it? Yeah, they still do. All right. They still know that they rocked your world in the best way possible. All right. So I don't know what the hell they did, what type of work they've done on you here, Virg, but they've done numbers. And in their mind, it's a good thing. They love knowing that you care for them, or that you've loved them more than you love anybody else, or you show up for them in a way that you've never shown up for anybody else. There's something you do for them that you would never do for anybody else, and they just know it. I don't know what it is or what you're putting up with that you'd never put up with anybody else, but they know it. So they know your feelings are there. They know they're pure. And this person knows that if they were to do right, they know that you would completely just surrender to them in the relationship, and they feel like you would just really be all in with them, right? But in terms of how you view them being different than how you feel, we have the Five of Pentacles. So they feel like you view them from a defeated perspective, that you just feel like although you love them, you feel like, or they feel like you love them, they feel like you care for them, they feel like they are potentially the best that you've ever had in terms of compatibility, right? There's also this energy where it's like you view them, though, in a way where you cannot get that because they keep letting you down. Whether it's them being hot and cold, whether it's them rejecting you, whether it's them not being the best version of themselves that they can be. I feel like this person feels like they let you down in the relationship, but also in life in general. Like maybe they say they have these really lofty goals. Like, all right, I want to go after this. I want to do this. I'm about to shit on these people. Like, I'm really about to do my big one, but they don't end up doing shit. Like they end up letting themselves down, and in turn they end up letting you down as well, right? Because if you can't hold integrity to yourself, or you can't hold your own promises to yourself, it's very difficult to hold them to other people. And I feel like your person does that, and because of that, they just feel like you view them from a very defeated standpoint. Like you just feel like you won't be able to have this. And I think we got that. Yes, thank you, Spirit. We got that energy with your Ten of Cups at the bottom of the deck as well. Okay, earlier. Tell me more. Why do they feel like, okay. I was going to ask, but Spirit already knew. Beat me to the punch. I was going to ask, why do they think that you view them from a Five of Pentacles lens? And then we clarified it was family oriented. So I feel like, Virg, you're very big on togetherness. You're big on unity. You're big on solidarity. You're big on doing things for the greater good of the whole. You're not a selfish person. You're more on the selfless side, which could come back to bite you in the ass sometimes. But This is not about that right now. This is more about how this person feels you, or why they think you view them from a Five of Pentacles standpoint, because they feel as though you think they can't give you that family unit that you also long for. And I think, Virg, you're correct, or you feel like you're more and more justified in feeling like that as time goes on. Why? Because again, you got the Ten of Cups at the bottom of the deck, and I said that card is a card of too good to be true. You know you're dreaming when you think about that, when you wish that we can be together, and I wish we can have the white picket fence. It's a wish. Give me another one. Okay. I'm scared you will reject me. All right. Yeah, it's like I'm scared that I don't fit the mold of what you feel like your life should look like, Virgo. And because of that, I feel like you won't want to take me seriously anymore. Yeah. There's part of you that's really turned off by this person, if you're honest with yourself, Virg. Yeah. Okay. Give me more on this person's energy toward my Virgo. All right. We have lusty. All right, so this person's definitely been missing you, Virg. All right, in more ways than one. And at the bottom of the deck, we have the engagement ring. So it talks about them thinking of higher commitment, maybe an engagement. Okay, so we'll see how this all relates in your extended. I want to overturn these cards. I want to get your person's next actions toward you, how they're truly feeling but don't have the courage to say, as well as what you're not expecting and the likely outcome. So if you're interested, everything is down below in the description to the extended. See you in a minute, Virg.